Hey guys, Chris here. It is Friday. It's a rainy fall day in Michigan. This is my favorite time of year. When I look at my beautiful state, I was looking at some pictures today that someone was taking of the Great Lakes and the beautiful fall colors and the bridges, and I was just left grateful for where it is I live. I live in what I've got to imagine is one of the most beautiful states in the country. And I know a lot of people who are transplants to Michigan who don't really like it here because of the wintertime, among other things. And I also know people who have left this state and have just said how wonderful it is somewhere else. But the thing is that I'm really proud to live where it is I live. I was born and raised here, and I plan on raising my family in the great state of Michigan. So, the last presidential debate was on Wednesday. I watched most of it, and in a couple short weeks, we are going to elect the next president of the United States. And even though this isn't as timely as I'd like it to be, it's something that really came across my mind. Once this, and it comes to a friend of mine, and she used to wear a pin when President Bush was the President George W. Bush. She had a pin on that said, "He's not my president." And what I don't understand is, in sports and in everything else in life, we highly value sportsmanship and courtesy to processes. Yet, when it comes to the president, and that is over, when our candidate loses, we seem to want to refer to them or treat them in a disrespectful manner. And I think that's appalling. I'm not the biggest fan of President Obama, but I'm always going to call him President Obama. He's not Obama. He's not Barack Hussein Obama. That's not who he is to me. He's the President of the United States. You respect the office, but don't respect the man. Anyone in the military knows that that's what you're supposed to do. When you salute, an officer, it doesn't matter whether or not you hate the guy. You're respecting the office that person holds. So, as this presidential election finally comes to a close, we're still going to be a very divided nation. But one thing we shouldn't be divided on is good sportsmanship and good manners towards one another, and especially towards the person that the people of this country elect to be president. You can absolutely disagree with that person. You can say how awful it is that they are president, but the fact of the matter is, if you believe what it is you believe, you're going to be far more active than just going and putting your ballot in at your local precinct. There is a process to change law. There is a process to get the change you want to see in this nation. And it doesn't involve you whining on the internet. It doesn't involve you saying he's not my president, she's not my president. I don't really support either of these two. But if Hillary Clinton wins, it's going to be Madam President. If I were to ever have the honor to meet a United States president, she would be Madam President. If Donald Trump were to win, he'd be Mr. President. If my guy were to win, and I'm not going to go into that right now, but if my guy were to win, he would be Mr. President. We have to have some sort of civility, even though we're divided, politically speaking. Have some respect for the office and understand a couple probably hard to swallow things. A, that person is smarter than you. And B, they have the worst job on the face of the planet, because nothing that they can do is going to be right to everybody. It just never is. Anyone who's ever led an organization before knows that no matter how benign your action, there is someone somewhere who's going to make it seem like you are the devil incarnate. So, think about that as the election comes to a close. Respect who it is that wins. Work within the process that we have. It's a great process and great system. It's not perfect, but it never can be. All right, guys, you have a great one. and I will see you again next Friday. Bye now.